Hello my dear friends, and welcome back to another Star Wars news update. So today we have a variety of headlines, some good, others not so much. But let's begin with the good, The Mandalorian Season 4. That's right, 4. We haven't even got Season 3 yet, but Production Weekly have confirmed the 4th season begins production in the first quarter of next year. Back in August, the same outlet claimed that production on the series was due to start at the tail end of September, which didn't come to fruition, and in more recent weeks, rumblings have started that The Mandalorian's 4th season could start filming this month, as the Ahsoka show has already wrapped, and members of the production crew have teased getting back to work. However, the latest issue of Production Weekly claims production starts in the first quarter of 2023, and that means the November rumours were just in relation to pre-production before they begin on principal photography in January. As I say, the Ahsoka series has either wrapped or is finishing wrapping right now, and Skeleton Crew is almost done as well. Both of those were at Manhattan Beach Studios in California, with Ahsoka also filming at the train yard set in El Segundo. 2023 promises 3 installments of the Mandalorian universe, The Mandalorian Season 3, Ahsoka and Skeleton Crew, all set to release sometime next year. And while the 4th season is still a long way away until it reaches Disney+, Season 3 begins on February the 22nd. Really awesome stuff. And so now guys, it's once again time to discuss Andor viewership. Despite the show increasing in popularity week after week, new figures show that Tales of the Jedi is kicking its butt in terms of viewership. From a statistical point of view, it appears as though Tales is doing much better than Andor. Let's take a look. According to a new report from Parrot Analytics, Lucasfilm's Tales of the Jedi is now more in demand in the US compared to Andor as of early November. For this demand analysis, the company takes into account the desire, engagement, and viewership for each piece of content. Parrot then uses over 1 billion various data points from demand sources, and these include social media, video platforms, audience activity, and even informational sites like Wikipedia and Wikipedia, as well as others. This produces a number that's representative of how many times above the average the show is in demand by viewers. So basically, the data in this report is taken from October the 29th to November the 4th, and Tales of the Jedi ranked in 4th place out of all TV shows on the air using this metric system, only trailing Stranger Things, The Witcher, and The Handmaid's Tale. For this latest week of data, Tales of the Jedi managed to accrue a demand of 37.4. That means it was 37.4 times higher than the average TV show, and it edged out Andor, which fell behind at 33.8. So even though Andor is very popular, and 33.8 times more popular than the average TV show, it is quite concerning considering Tales of the Jedi's numbers. So does fan service and familiar characters make all the difference? That is the big question, or at least one of them. Now, a big point of conjecture is how is the Bad Batch Season 2 gonna fare afterwards, and the Mandalorian Season 3 after that? Well, a lot of these outlets are predicting the Bad Batch Season 2 is gonna do better than Tales and Andor, with the Mandalorian Season 3 beating all of them. Now, unsurprisingly, with the Mandalorian Season 3 just around the corner, the first 2 seasons and the Book of Boba Fett are seeing a huge spike in popularity over the last few weeks, as fans are rewatching, or in some cases, watching for the first time in preparation for the 3rd season. I really do think The Mandalorian Season 3 is going to do better than most shows, even edging out the 2nd season, Obi-Wan Kenobi and Book of Boba Fett, but let's wait and see. But viewership-wise, it's not looking good for Andor, which is such a shame because it's one of the best TV shows. But some fans, for many reasons, are just not interested. Live-action Star Wars tends to always do better than animation, but this time that's not the case. Andor is struggling, while Tales of the Jedi is a huge success. Share your thoughts of this in the comments down below, guys. In other exciting Star Wars news, Studio Ghibli, the legendary studio that brought us some of the best anime movies of all time, have released a teaser confirming they're collaborating with Lucasfilm. Some fans believe this is going to be for the upcoming shorts Grogu and the Dust Bunnies, while others think it's for an episode of Vision Season 2. At the time of making this video, there's no way to know, so if something else gets confirmed, just know at this stage, we didn't actually know, but we might get our answer sooner than you might think. And so now, my dear Mandalorians, it's time to talk about The Hidden Empire, the 3rd and final installment of the Qi'ra trilogy. It all started with War of the Bounty Hunters, then we had Crimson Reign, and now it's time for Qi'ra's endgame, The Hidden Empire, which comes out really soon. For those who don't know, she's about to take on Palpatine, and she's gonna learn that is a big mistake. And StarWars.com have now given us a preview. Let's dive into this. The soloist Star Wars story fan favourite, one of Han Solo's first loves, who rose to control the Crimson Dawn crime syndicate, re-emerged in Marvel's War of the Bounty Hunters crossover, orchestrating the theft of a still frozen in carbonite Han from Boba Fett. Follow-up event Crimson Reign found Qi'ra making a move against the Empire, gaining the ire of Palpatine himself. And now the story will come to an end with Qi'ra and the Emperor on a collision course. Now bear in mind guys, this takes place between The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, so I think Qi'ra is definitely going to die in this one. So here is the preview. Palpatine says, "Lady Qi'ra of Crimson Dawn, Lord Vader told me you were formidable, an almost unprecedented compliment from one such as him. I'm disappointed to learn that you are also foolish." And then an arrogant Qi'ra, not knowing who she's dealing with, says, "Anyone who ever accused me of that learnt otherwise in time, Emperor, often to their sorrow." An angry Palpatine says, "What else would you call someone who willingly seeks the enmity of the Sith, especially one who knows us as you clearly do? I would have thought Maul would have taught you an appropriate level of fear." And then Qi'ra says, "Maul taught me many things, Emperor. I'm sure he thought himself rather cunning, the idiot. Well, now that you have the attention of the Sith, Lady Qi'ra, what will you do?" And Qi'ra says, "It's simple enough, Darth Sidious, whatever I have to." And then we see the Crimson Dawn ships going into position, and then we see Imperial officers talking. The Crimson Dawn flagship is entering an attack trajectory. Order the Interdictor crew to activate its gravity well projectors so the criminals can't escape. And inform the Emperor immediately, Admiral. So then we go back to the conversation between Palps and Qi'ra, and Palpatine says, "You're attempting to attack my ships, you will be destroyed instantly. There is no need for this. I will admit, you've intrigued me. There is possibility there. Do not throw your life away." And Qi'ra says, "You just don't understand, do you?" And this conversation makes me think maybe Palpatine will make her a proposal. I've said this in the past, but maybe Qi'ra's going to be the canon version of Mara Jade. In other words, the Emperor's hand. Qi'ra then shouts, "You don't get to tell me what to do." And so the battle begins between the Empire and Crimson Dawn. Qi'ra says, "I do not recognize your authority. My voice was not heard when you stole this galaxy." Palpatine responds, "You confuse authority with power, and mine over yours no less real, whether you acknowledge it or not. You disappoint me, Qi'ra. Do you not realize who you aligned yourself with? Maul's life was defined by one essential quality. He was not quite good enough. You're a child of a poisoned lineage. Once my gaze turned from Maul, I lost all interest in him. And now that I've taken your measure, I've lost all interest in you." And Qi'ra says, "Is that so, Sidious? We'll see." And then she activates her Kyber bracelet, and Sidious says, "A disturbance. Maul taught you to cloud your mind, but I will know. What have you done?" And Qi'ra says, "I told you, Sidious, whatever I have to do." And now Palpy is scared. He screams, "What have you done?" A really fun and intriguing preview. As with the other two comics in this series, I will cover this one when it comes out. The first issue releases on Wednesday. And speaking of Wednesday, we have the first of the two-part finale, episode 11 of the Andor series. Super exciting stuff, guys. Share your thoughts down below. If you enjoyed this video, as always, please be sure to give me a big fat thumbs up, subscribe if you're new, and if you want more videos that you can't find here on YouTube, then click the link down there in the description, or hit the join button down below. You also get exclusive membership badges, as well as so many other perks. But until the next one, my dear friends, may the Force be with you always.